So coming out of 2020 COVID, I had no direction. I had no girlfriend. I was still skinny. I wasn't really doing much with my life. The people I was hanging around were either drinking, they were smoking. They really had no direction at all as well. And they were pretty much spending all their money on cars, and they really didn't have anything they were doing with their life. And I was hanging around those type of people, right? So naturally, I thought I had something in me, but my environment didn't allow me to see that, right? I was always surrounded by these guys that didn't do anything with life, so it rubbed off on me, right? It wasn't until coming out of 2020 during COVID, I was working out a little bit, but I wasn't really getting any results. I was eating Burger King, I was eating fast food, had no structure. I would go maybe once a week. I was really worried about drinking, smoking, what's the next party we were going to, right? And it led me nowhere. So when I just transitioned over into my new crib, I was actually renovating it, and I moved into it. This is the first time I'm living by myself, right? I had one of my good friends' dad reach out to me. He was like, hey, I'm in the gym, come work out with me. I didn't think nothing much of it. I just moved into my own crib, trying to focus on finances and still hanging out with those other guys, right? Going to car shows and not really doing much with my life. And the first couple weeks I did with him, I didn't think much of it, right? I was just working out, still eating bad. And eventually I started to really love it, right? He would tell me to show up every single day. He told me to show up. That structure and that routine really started to change me, right? Not only did I enjoy working out, I wanted to take it a step further because he told me that I could take it to the next level. He told me your physique can go crazy. You have the discipline, you have the mindset for it. And during this time, I was off of social media for a good 2 years, guys. Nobody even knew I existed. Nobody from high school. They just knew me from small Kobe, right? He started telling me different food I need to be eating, the quantities I need to be eating, who do I need to be watching, right? And we would change the workouts up, and it was intense workouts. And I would show up every single day. I would be there. And eventually, as I worked out with him more and I started to elevate, those guys that I used to hang out with, I started hanging out with them less and less and less over time. They started to see like, hey, Jacoby, you ain't pulling up to the car show this weekend? Like, nah, bro, like, I'm meal prepping my meals. Nah, bro, I'm looking at this YouTube video on how to grow my business. Nah, bro, like, I want to make sure that I'm going to sleep early so I can wake up early to make sure that I got everything I need to get done. I started waking up more earlier, right? I guess it was like 3 or 4 months after I started working out with him, my body completely changed. Like, I'm not even capping to you guys. Like, I was really him. A lot of you guys actually have the same type of issue, right? You know you can do it. You know you have greatness in you, but you're not putting in the effort. You're not doing the action. You don't have someone telling you that, hey, you can actually do it, but you gotta do this instead. Like, stop hanging out with those people because they're not doing anything for you. They're rubbing off on you, actually, and you're not doing the right thing you're supposed to be doing. You're not living in the right manner you're supposed to. And your routine is off, your structure is off. And if you're not doing things on a daily basis to build your future self, you can forget about it. It's not gonna happen, right? So you have to set a new standard for yourself. And you gotta get around people who can see the same vision as you. And that's what I did for myself, and that's what I created. And the thing is, like, I took so much risk. I moved to a brand new city. I even got in even better shape. I started surrounding myself around people who were on that same level as me that made me want to even grind even harder, right? Because sometimes you're a shark in a little fish tank, and you need to get around other sharks. And now that I moved to Houston, there's so many other guys out here going crazy that makes me push even harder. They're making content. They're growing their business. They're getting in better shape. They're going traveling. They're doing so many different things. And you don't even realize it because you're just surrounded by your environment that you're in right now. And once you get around other guys who are on that level, you're gonna blow. You're gonna go crazy, guys. I'm telling you, this is how it happens. It's the law of attraction. It's the law of exposure. Once you get exposed, you can't get unexposed. That I moved to a brand new city. I've been on one of the biggest reality TV shows, Love Island USA. Who knows that Jacoby, who couldn't even get girls, was gonna be on one of the biggest reality love shows? Who even knew? Like, that's even crazy to me to even think about, y'all. A love show? Man, I could barely even talk to a girl in high school. I can't even cap. Maybe you don't have that person in your life. Maybe you don't have that structure right now. You maybe don't have that routine. But what I can tell you is you're actually watching this video. You're getting exposed to a different life, right? That's still exposing yourself to something different. And you know you have that potential inside of you, right? But you're not taking the right action. You're not trying to force yourself to get into a different environment, right? If you're not where you want to be at, you need to move around, create a different structure. You're looking at the right videos. You know what's inside of you. It's in you, guys. I promise you. I didn't realize my potential until I started to live it. And once you start to live it, everything else changes for you. I'm calling you guys up because I know the potential is in you. You can do the same thing I've done or even better. You just got to realize that your environment plays a key role in your mindset, your subconscious. All that stuff matters, y'all. You have to start changing these things if you want a different environment. You can't be doing the same things, hanging out with the same people and expecting a different result. If you want to build that physique, if you want to build that business, if you want to move to that new city, you have to change your mindset. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. And you have to live it. You have to take the action. Don't just think like, okay, I'm gonna change my mindset. If you're not doing the action, the mindset doesn't matter. If you're not waking up early and making sure that you're prioritizing tasks that'll move you forward and build a life for you, you're wasting time. So make sure what you say in your mind, you're aligning it with your actions, because your mind can see if you're lying to yourself behind the scenes. You can see it, God can see it.